But it's not in all cases. You could even say you want to bring battery for LCD battery for the glucose meter. Who says that I cannot use it, in my watch? Who says I can't use it in other devices? So if the government now decides to say, okay, we've granted you waiver of this, and then you import as many as you want, who says you wouldn't divert it for other uses, and by so doing defrauding government of legitimate and the point I'm trying to make is that we have to be a lot very, very much circumspect about waivers. But the reality is that waivers are no longer supposed to be deal right now for of maybe such items. You can establish that you're carrying out research or for manufacturing. I mean, just yesterday, day before yesterday in Lagos, we commissioned the biosensor, collector biosensor. Again, the same company that using on-point glucose streams. We process the waivers for all the events they're using, for the purpose of the production of this glucose meter and the strips. And it was pretty straight. I mean, once we could convince the honorable minister that, look, these items are for manufacturing, he didn't have any problem with that. He simply endorsed it, and then we passed the letter of support to the Ministry of Finance, and the Ministry of Finance processed it. And as I speak with you, they already have waivers, for so as soon as the items come in, they have their waiver. It's been sent to customs, and then of course bring it in. It's really not me. I would say that it is about the collaboration. If you can relate properly with the Ministry of Health on anything related to research item coming from abroad, I think that you will not have it. We would be there to support. That's our goal. We would be there to support and ensure that you have the kind of waiver that you deserve. But again, it is subject to further discussions. Builders wants to say something again.
Okay. Thank you. What I was going to say is the question of using importing something and using it for another thing. I think it should not really arise. And for the people that love Nigeria, it's not only on health, it should be general, food, technology. But usually it should be from institutions. It should be from the, if maybe as prof now they have to get that in, and from University of Sokoto. Do you understand? All research materials and equipment coming from registered organizations, academia, research institutes, and from the industries should be given exemption. But if I'm importing it as Builders Nigeria Limited, that's a different thing. But if it's coming from the university, maybe what we can do is that just as we say with the collaboration or all those things, that maybe before you do those importations, there should be a protocol you go through to your institution. That's just, thank you.
I think we'll all say this. The reality is that anything you are importing, for instance, University of Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, that's automatically waived. It's for public use. I don't know if you get my point. That's automatically waived, but you just need to apply so that when it gets to, when you go to clear it, at least custom will see that, okay, this is for public use and it has been exempted. That's just it. But I think the only challenge is if we have, for instance, private laboratories, like the last time we met, we had a presentation from the one that was made by yeah, that's kind of a private organization. But even at that, we are convinced that the items they are bringing in, the purpose of what I'm saying is that they are also entitled to waiver and we can do that. But for public institutions, I I mean, we don't have any challenge with that. It's very, very easy. My colleague is here, Hasia Dora. She and I are on, on the matters of waiver as far as medical, equipment and pharmaceuticals are concerned. So, we've been doing this and we'll continue to do it. And research certainly for us is a priority, and we're happy to support anybody that wants to impose anything for the purpose of research. Any further comments? Asia, do you want to say something? Okay, great. So, well, but we're in decision. Let's discuss. It's basically interaction at this point. Our researchers, we want to hear you speak about, and I'm sure that it is in the light of that that Prof here has spoken about waiver. I'm sure that's one of the challenges that the sector seems to be having. So we've deliberated on waivers. Let's talk about other issues. Okay, Mustafa, what are the issues? Why haven't we been able to have a vaccine candidate or a molecule? I know you've been doing a lot on vaccine research. What are the challenges?
So, okay, my own contribution is a kind of advice. Professor Mustafa, you have funding challenges. In your 2024 budget, did you build this in your budget? Because very important. Another one is that we talked about collaboration. There are some people that always can easily access foreign support. Find out, run mine with them. Find out how they do it so that you can be able to access foreign support. Because you are doing a lot. And I know Africans in particular are interested in this Lassa fever. It's endemic to us. I know the white people may not be interested, but at the same time, at least we are talking about unlocking the value chain and local production. I think the president will be willing to, will be happy to hear things like this, even the minister. At least you can equally pay visits to minister. Let him hear you out. Do you understand? The visit should come and visit him. It's a point, it's a fact. Get audience with him. Let him know where you are.
Maybe I can respond. The reality is our own setup is a bit peculiar, very different from what obtains in other places. So the center itself, where we've been doing this research, was built by the university, where it is situated in the teaching hospital. And presently it is independent, semi-independent, I would say. Because we've not, I came to the center in 2019, I have not received any funding from the university, nor the teaching hospital. Everything we do is based on research grants. So we have a team of researchers, people from different expertise, and then we write as many research grants as possible, mainly to TED Fund. And so far we've been getting a lot of funding from TED Fund. We're also trying to get funding from international agencies. So saying that we can write, I don't know under what context we're going to discuss with the minister, because we as it is, we don't get any funding from, I mean, directly from government on a yearly basis. We don't have that.
Okay, okay, we should.
I also want to advise, just as to say, as we can still give it a try. The minister can. It's a national issue. Okay. There's just no way you can do it. Your this because this will get some help. So for that, and there won't be a response from the ministry. I'm very sure. Because you are going fast. That's number one. Secondly, you are lucky you you already have data with you. Okay. I'm sure I can't. Probably you are just lucky to get international funders. At time you write to 2-3 funders with what you have done so far. Because this is more than a basic data for getting a grant. I can show you that you get a grant. Sometimes
it will take you a very long time. You keep on writing, okay? When you keep sending to many places, one of them will be, I would advise that you go that way, but also let's try in-house. I can assure you that if the government is, I mean, those who matters, they know that how far are gone. Of course, we're not doing it for yourself, this is for the nation. So please, don't be discouraged in whatever way.
Can I add what you have just said?
Okay, sir.
Can I add what was happening? No,
And you can sit down honestly.
no problem. Extension of the children circulation, I'm sure you know. I'm happy that the person who is asking you to go to the minister is the minister. This is a ministry affair. You do not accept it as that. Because the ministry is the focus, I mean, the focal point for all these meetings. I do not see how you will not be able to initiate a memo in the ministry, asking the minister to have interaction with all the people who are involved in this kind of research. During that time, they will be able to bring their issues up. And the minister will look at it and say, okay, this is something that can take off. Because we're talking about vaccines that will be used by the Ministry of Health. So you don't, they don't have direct link to the ministry. You are at the link between these people and you people. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. You initiated a memo. If you want us to come and sit down with you to write it, you know we have been writing memos. You can support you anytime. Yes, sir. Even if it is to write it upside down, to write it upside down. So that you can have interaction. Not only them, but all those who are involved in any form of research work that you know they need funding. They are getting from outside. But those you said it yourself that the government should be making some efforts to. This is the way to do it. Once you discuss with them, they will give you information. You collect information from them, even from these discussions. You make a simple in simple English. People are right complicated English. Tell the minister because of the importance of vaccine, local vaccine production, and the effort being made by some research groups, I think there is the need for us to have a collaborative meeting, what we call a forum within the ministry, which will enable some of these groups to come and brief you. Once the minister says yes, you ask you to fix a date, you collaborate, I mean, you contact them, get their input, and then you fix a date, and the meeting is held, and that is how you start this kind of request. I think if you do that, it's better. Just wanted to add to what.
Thank you, sir.
So, builders, yes.
Thank you very much. Just as Bob said, funding is general. Just as projects. We like to be putting projects maybe 200 million, cannot get more than that. So which means it's still funding. But I think it would be very good at this point because we have to encourage health research. So I don't know whether it's possible how can we do it to set up a kind of health research trust fund. Probably agencies in the Ministry of Health that generate IGR, like NAFDAC, the PCM, they can be able to.
Are you sure? NAFDAC. Are you generating money? Because we are not seeing any hampers.
That generates IGR.
Yes,
the idea is for a service to be rendered to the people that pay.
But whenever it comes that maybe a certain percentage could be kept aside. But also, with respect to having, after working, getting to this point, before this time, during COVID, CBN, they proposed, or there was a kind of grant.
150 million.
50 million that was supposed to be given, you know, at the end of the day.
To whom? Even to
Given to any researcher.
diagnostic.
Yes. Initially, it was on COVID, but later it was a part of that NAFDAC DG is even the was the chairman of the committee. So I don't know how we can go back on that.
Which committee are you talking about?
No, grants awarding from CDM. Maybe I think it was now, maybe they can be able to apply. But now, such thing does not exist. Whether it can be elected so that CBN can be able to sponsor.
Everything, sir, with due respect, everything that is done in the ministry.
Yes,
and I'm being very honest with you. Because I have chaired, along with the farm sector, the committee for 200 billion, for 200 billion for in support of the farmers.
Yes.
I know now that it is after I left, they claimed it was them that started it. It's not true. It was the lady in charge of Bank of Industry then. You remember her name, this fine lady. Not your talking fine, but she came and pushed the minister. So the minister set up that committee. It was a collaborative committee with members of the industry, the farmer sector, to meet in the ministry. And we came up with a proposal, beautiful proposal for government to provide through central bank some of 200 billion to support the industry. After I left government, I was hearing all kinds of news and stories. What do you do when you are no longer involved? You don't poke your nose into what does not affect you. It's not directed. So you can revisit those things. I'm sure the documents are somewhere there in the ministry. Now that you will have those documents, find out how you can bring out these documents and start from the beginning again. We have somebody who is now president. And the president doesn't talk too much, but I'm told he acts. You know? So please, if we can get the president's ear on something like this, it will work. When I was a member of the Nigerian Anti-Doping Committee, we wrote to the president, President Buhari. We said, look, the country is going to be suspended from the World Anti-Doping list because we have not met the criteria. And we needed money. We gave a budget, he approved 434 million naira. Immediately, the money was released, even though we didn't see it. So it is possible if we have the right approach. This is an important issue. We have gone back, the evidence are there. Mr. President, can you release money? Minister of Health, do something about this. I'm begging you. Even if that's the last thing you do, you give a lasting name in that city, do it. Please, sorry for.
And also in addition, also because we cannot go for just jump to translational research, just as we have. We have to have basic and basic research. I don't know how it will be for states to sponsor also basic research, especially in universities or research institutes that are within their locality. This will help us to grow because we are looking at how we are within other countries of the world and how things are changing very, very well.
Well, this, I really hope that we have this recorded somewhere so I can see that we have, so this will be very, very helpful. Let me just also add that, you know, if I were to go by a few meetings that I've been privileged to attend with the Honorable Minister, Coordination Minister, I would say that, you know, for him, right now the focus is on unlocking the healthcare value chain, and that is why there is a presidential initiative on unlocking the healthcare value chain. Vaccine is top on the priority. It's a priority for him also. We know the Honorable Minister, who he is somebody that has a lot of clout, both within and outside the shores of this country. He has worked with the World Health, World Bank, and so he knows the buttons to press to be able to get money. Let me just put it that way.
Funding.
Funding. Yes, funding. And so
I think that all the advice we have received from all voters points to the fact that from Busu to our guy here, points to the fact that they have to leverage the, the honorable ministers, yes, crowd, to be able to achieve this. What I just would like to add, of course, the honorable minister, vaccines, we are even talking about vaccines manufacturing. That one, so that is, for him, looks like step one. Vaccine manufacturing. We even have to have at least the first vial. He keeps talking about first vial vaccine. If we could just have the first vial vaccine, that for him is a huge achievement. Then of course, it has to go aside because of the clarity of the disease conditions that we have in our country, which doesn't seem to matter so much to the Western world, which is very, very important to us, just like we mentioned Lassa fever, and so on, so malaria, and so on and so forth. So, my take is that, and it is still in line with what Sadagas was saying, Lisa, we will have to sit in writing that because the interaction, we have had interactions, with the past minister, we've had this interaction where we called our researchers, and that was how we go to establish the contract with the Vaccine Development Research Consortium. We went as far as, and Mohammed Busu will deal with this, we went as far as taking the president of Kenya Foundation to see the then president, President Muhammad Buhari. So, he went and saw him at the villa, had this discussion. Afterwards, we had another session, at the banquet hall of the presidential villa, where they did the presentation. The president wasn't there, but actually everybody that were there. So we have actually already established. I think what we need to do is to sit down with our researchers and say, okay, this is what we are looking for. This is where we are. This is what the immediate need, and then cost it. And then following that, and then maybe we cost it stage by stage like that. They understand, they know different stages. I don't know. They know the different stages. Let's even have it costed. And then we can then do, what Dr. Dada was saying. Right to the honorable minister. This is a research consortium. We understand. We already have, in fact, there are details. We have a file for years on this matter. So we can then do the memo and then present it to the honorable minister and see, what kind of buttons we press to help us, consolidate gains and make progress with the research work that ongoing. And I'm also informed. I don't know if I'm busting the bubble right now, but NIPRIT seems to be already benefiting from some bilateral grants rolling some hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know if I'm busting a bubble. So what I'm saying is that it looks like you are in the right place because NIPRIT is also here. And I surprised that I figured out collaboration. So let us start to collaborate with them too. I'm sure that they will support your research work.
Yes, I know we have started that here.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, that's right.
Just to lend a voice to what we're discussing. Yes, I know that we're talking more about R&D now. But then if we say we want to unlock the value chain, that means we should go across board. So in seeking this support that we want to leverage the opportunity of having this very well exposed minister, I think we shouldn't limit our requests to just the R&D. Okay? Looking at our manufacturers, we work with the manufacturers, we know their challenges. We have a number of them that have also come together to form a consortium for vaccine manufacturing. And they are also looking to starting with vaccines that are of public health need. We know that BBNL already has some antigens that they are looking at.
Yes.
And of course, there's no point competing amongst us.
Yes, yes.
So they have those antigens they're looking at. The consortium is also considering some other antigens.
Yeah.
Now, as we are making this request for help from the minister, we shouldn't forget the manufacturers. They are going to start with, most likely they will start with tech transfer to the figure and finish and what have you. These things also cost money. We know the challenges of the economy in Nigeria. They don't work with free funds. Whatever funds they use, they are all, at very high cost. So if some of this support that we are looking to get from the minister can also be considered for the manufacturer, I think it will help in the long run for us to achieve that first buyer that we are looking for. That first buyer is going to come from them. It's going to come from the manufacturers. It's not coming from the researchers. The research labs are going to help us, to develop what we need, but for that buyer to get to the market, it's going to come from the facilities. And they also need it. So we should also look at it. We shouldn't. I think it's better we make this thing a bit holistic.
Yes, I think, and I'm sure that this workshop is for vaccine research and development as well as manufacturing. I'm sure that's why the GAPBNL was also invited, but of course they are not here. But let me also add that discussions on vaccine manufacturing at the ministry has really reached advanced stage. Sure, our director of vaccine development can attest to that issues. Discussions have really reached very, very advanced stage. The minister is very keen, and like I said, they are very keen about this. And there was a discussion, sure, with the BBNL, and following that discussion, there was also that this side of the view that, of course, just like you said, BBNL is here, but again, we are not closing the door, from other manufacturers, very, very interested in them, very interested in supporting them, to also, come on board and then, so that Nigeria can actually be one very viable manufacturing country. So it is holistically, yeah, it is absolutely holistic. There's nothing, you can't talk of vaccine research and development and not talk of the manufacturing. But at the end of the day, when you're done with the vaccine research, then you have a policy. Then what next? Of course, so sorry, you have it.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the comments. And one letter the concern of the manufacturers. She has really spoken my mind. And the main issue of concern is one of it is the assurance from the government in terms of patronage. Because vaccine production facilities, one of the little research we made in 2016, I represent the media officer. For you, yes, media officer. For you to set up a vaccine manufacturing facility, no matter how you, even if you are to take the antigen, no matter how you are talking about 5 billion euros, 5 million euros as at 2016. And you know what 5 million euros is now. That's the step we are really taking. And one of the things he actually emphasized to me was that we should advocate, apart from the consortium that is coming, we should advocate for the government support. If that assurance is there, that okay, government is going to support in terms of funding, at the same time in terms of patronage, then we are very close to having the first buyer among the consortium companies. Okay. So that's just the point that she has made, and we really need to let the minister and our able president to know that local manufacturers are ready. And one major thing that is very important about the site at once, by the time we start rolling out those vaccines, the researchers will now form the point at which you can take those things and enlarge into the manufacturing sector. So research-based
that is going on right now is quite in line. But at the same time, if you don't start something, the side will just be going into a point where, okay, we have stopped at recycling. But the government needs to encourage the manufacturers in the area of that particular to be able to start some production. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Thank you very much. Just to also add to this interactive section. What is also important is for us to understand those laws. The main delivery from R&D is a vaccine candidate.
Yes.
Then you ask which drugs are. Is it protein substrate? Is it messenger RNA-based vaccine? Is it viral vector-based vaccine? Is it the older ones? So, in order not for us to duplicate efforts, we need to understand those work. Currently, we have the messenger RNA technology transfer, in which we all know that Nigeria is African hub. And I think April or May, they had their first face-to-face meeting. And there, we only had a surface report that they have finished phase 1 and they are about to go into phase 2. But what I could get from that report was that the capacity of applicants has been strengthened so that they can scale up vaccine manufacturing to be able to provide vaccine for phase 1, phase 2, clinical trials of messenger RNA-based vaccine. Our representative in that consortium is BBNN. So we need more information from Biovaccines in Nigeria. Yes. What did they do in phase 1? This phase 2, what are they going to do? And it's also very important that those that are coming up with the desire to develop vaccines will not be start making messenger RNA-based vaccines. Let us to support or strengthen BBN to be able to represent us well. So I think we need to understand that. So those that want to develop vaccine, the same messenger RNA-based vaccine, we already have a platform to leverage on. We need to assess the extent to which BBN has progressed with respect to that platform. So we need to get information on that. They are presently in phase 2. To me, we do not know much. We do not know much of what they did in phase 1, apart from those information.
Okay, so I'm a little bit worried. We're not going to put all our eggs in one basket. So if BBNL is doing its own, others want to do, let them go ahead and get something. That is the way I look at it. That will open up this competitive space. And it will probably push them. Because we have been with BNL for how many years now? They have their challenges, everybody knows. The ones that are coming up also have challenges. What we need to do is to look at how best government can intervene in this area. And that's all. But I do not succumb to one group. If they fail, then everything will go. No. Let there be competition. I know other groups, I didn't notice on my friend is also doing this. But I know the Central is doing. And I visited those facilities. Look, I visited other facilities across the globe. And what Central is doing is fantastic. I wanted to come and see and believe me, with what I heard from Musa today, I'm so sure that Nigeria is going to be out of this. What we need is good leadership. All these weak politicians that are messing up the whole system, where because of the dilemma we have in this country. Otherwise, believe me, we can produce our own vaccines within a short time. And sir, just like those Western countries did their own within 9 months, don't say you are taking precautions. Whatever you have, let's start using them. Something will happen, somebody will give way. There's no doubt about that. But we must start. If it comes out, they will say we have started producing our vaccine. Some will be cured, some may not be cured. Isn't it? When you wait, you will get a perfect. We're not going to go fast. So this is the little advice I want to add. For all those who are involved in bring out something. Let the food be on the table. Some will come, even the food is not tasty, you will eat. Some will taste it and they will say they don't want. You will improve on that based on the experiences that you have. So, sir, let us do our best, and this applies to everybody. Don't wait till the thing is perfect. Let us not wait till the thing is perfect. Okay? Because there is no perfection in it. There is any drug that doesn't have a side effect. So we'll count those as side effects and we'll try and eliminate them with future developments. That's what I would like to advise. Thank you very much.
Okay, because we're really rounded up now. Yeah.
Just as a prof said, issue of bring out what you have.
Yes.
I am also in support of that. The reason that the last, I don't know who attended the last symposium on rotavirus vaccine, we realized that in Africa, okay, there's about 37% failure rate on vaccines in rotavirus. Yet we're still using them up to 37%. And then the side effect is I mean, yes. And yet we're still using them. So if we have anything that we know that it's for any of these endemic diseases that we know is ready and can complete, we bring it out. We shouldn't be, because there is more of international politics in this. Look at South Africa developed COVID vaccine.
Yes.
Today, why is it?
No African country politics.
Today, why is it? And it's not that it was not effective. It was killed by big factors. That's it. So if we have our own here, please, this if you have that is very bring it out, please. Don't wait for all those policy things. These people who monitor them, don't watch that. That's why they have so many monitoring this. Bring them out and let's see where you are, how far we have gone, please.
Just to add to what Dr. said, during the pandemic, Cuba developed their own COVID.
Yes.
And they used it on their people.
Exactly.
And they had, is it 90-something% coverage?
Yes.
When we are here, we are struggling with 20%, 10%.
Really 10%.
So, I mean, this is just to say, let us just follow the due process. If we have any candidates, let's go through the trials. Let's have at least reasonable data to support the use. That's all we need. That's all we need. And by the time, just like you said, when you have your preliminary data, you can even get support to do, go to higher places. So it's something we should really consider.
Thank you. Next video of that.
Bro, you forget as well. Okay, but actually, what Fixon has actually emphasized guarantees. Guarantees. Something like that, right? That's what you're asking. Yes, because vaccines, as we all know, are not products that you manufacture and keep on the shelf. So what virtually, and they have received, preponderance of, interest from different countries and different pharma giants across the globe, saying that, they want to come and establish, vaccine manufacturing plants in Nigeria. The question is, what guarantees do they have? Sorry, maybe the director should have been speaking to that, but I'm sure I should shed more light if I missed anything. The BBNL that we're talking about also is talking about, which is ministry, which is actually government and private. That's PPP, but it's also talking about guarantees for patronage. And so it is clear to us that every government, every company that that wants to manufacture will be asking you of guarantees. The Honorable Minister in the last meeting emphasized that look, he is fully aware that there is so much dirty international politics in vaccine manufacture. And that if you sit here and think that any foreign country is actually interested in seeing you develop, your own capacity to manufacture vaccines, that you're just deceiving yourself, you are daydreaming. He said that because why he mentioned this was when BBNL was talking about, forging some kind of, collaborations with Serum Institute, Nigeria, Gavi, Biopharma Indonesia. And so he had to point this out that look, you have to be careful how you relate with these people because it's not like they are actually so seriously interested in what you are about to achieve or you want to achieve. So that's but with regards to the patronage, the BBNL actually had what do you call it now, an MOU with the government, on access, market access. That was, in other words, they will begin to access in the market before they start producing, so they can build capacity, a kind of backward integration. But even that, the Honorable Minister says that MOU is a violation of the current Procurement Act. Procurement Act, that you cannot give guarantees or procure what, even though he acknowledged the peculiarity of vaccines, but he still says, well, again, those are some of the shortcomings of the Procurement Act that was basically done by engineers and people who don't, not necessarily medical experts to say, oh, look, there are exceptions. But the Procurement Act has no such exception. So what I would say is that for all we care, this is a country of over 200 million people. So it's already a huge market. Countries that produce vaccines today, if you look at it, they basically know that they are not even doing it for their country because they don't have the population. And so we encourage you to do it. There is no way you will produce, you will have the capacity. And governments will say that, except, of course, so he agrees that we can sit down and actually look around these things and say, look, if you can produce vaccines, one, that is of so quality, two, that is, at so cost. Well, he is saying that you could actually produce vaccine and sell it higher than what he procure from international community, but it shouldn't be too high above. Because if you do that, that would be counterproductive. He was selling vaccine in Germany, which is a government-owned company. He was saying, look, the vaccine you are producing has to be competitive. It's true that we are happy to buy from you at a higher rate, but at the same time, not exorbitantly higher. I think that's the point he was trying to make. That once we can agree on this, that we can then, draw up guarantee agreements and so forth. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we need to go through this. If I want to produce something, I will do my market research. Whether government is buying from me or not, I will look at who are the other options that I can sell to. Isn't it? There are so many things we have to put into it. Because this whole MOU thing, it doesn't work. One minister will write it, the next minister will come and say he does not agree with it. We have been in government for long. There were MOUs between the government and the local drug manufacturers. They said, okay, ban the importation of medicine, go and produce anti-malaria, we will buy from you. As soon as the government said that, everybody went and started producing anti-malaria. The same government turned around and said they were not buying again. They changed to a, what do you call it, which is this Chinese thing. These are things that have happened, we have seen. So the MOU will not look, sir. If anybody is producing, if you are producing, just make up your mind to produce good quality. Once you have good quality vaccines, you will sell. We were looking for vaccines during the COVID-19, we couldn't find it. if we have in Nigeria, whether it is poor quality or not. So why don't you just take a risk? It's all about risk. Business is risk.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, because if you go for this MOU, it will not work. They are waiting for MOU, they are delaying. Very soon, one government will come, they will go and bring somebody from China or from somewhere in there to come and start producing. And before you know it, it will trade the whole country with their products. When we have the capacity in Nigeria.
okay, so we are really enough. You guys will talk. You will talk, and then Madam will come and round up. That's so that we are able to go home, family having to retire, and so that we come back tomorrow fresh. So we don't need to
tomorrow, we see how other people are going to do research. Like tomorrow is going to focus on manufacturing. Okay. Today is supposed to be research.
Research.
Yes. Tomorrow we still need to have elaborate more on this. You understand? Yeah. Today I think we can do this.
You feel strong about what
No,
you do?
yes,
Yes,
no,
It's a good and
no, what I want to say
it's
is,
good.
it's still related to the manufacturing. But what I just want to say is, with all simplicity, if Nigeria will really need to address the government examination, look at rice. What Buhari did for rice? Sorry.
No, don't worry.
Like he banned rice. We started on the journey of production of rice. Our technology. That if you tell the manufacturer to just go and manufacture, and you then depend on the market forces, you are not going anywhere. Because the manufacturer is to make profits.
Yeah.
And that's why you find out that like our exports and most of our raw materials, it's cheaper importing them from outside now.
Yes.
Understand? So unless the government sits down, the only thing they can talk is maybe to just go on that area of making sure we have high quality.
Yeah.
Pre-qualification. But whether we are producing it for 100 naira and they're selling it 2 naira, buy Nigeria only.
That's it.
If not, we are
That's
not
it.
going anywhere. We're not
Please, let
wasting
me
our
just
time.
add to that. We are meeting in Morocco. They call it First African Vaccine Marketplace, something. And member states, African continent, member states were invited, the ministers of health and I think ministers of trade also. And the consensus there, the manufacturers who were there, both existing, intending, everybody came to make their own.
In Morocco.
And they, yes, in Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
It was hosted by African citizens. The consensus was that there is no way, when you are starting something new, you are going to, there's no way you can compete. Because you have so many new costs that you are bearing and all that. It is for the member states to take that stand to buy African. So it is also for us in Nigeria to make up our minds to buy Nigerian. If they say you buy from you at a higher cost, well, it shouldn't be too high. How high is too high?
How high is too high? All those
Well,
are
this
How high is too high?
See, right, this information, right? I've told you verbatim what the honorable ministers do is. It's not my
I totally
Yeah,
understand.
So,
We're not-
we'll
I'm just
continue
saying
to, we'll
that
continue
in
to
our
make the case.
further engagement,
Okay,
these are the
but right
things
now-
we should bring up to him.
Yeah, but right now,
If we want
this
to
is,
progress, we need to buy Nigeria. So by the time, what do you people call it? Economies of scale and what they call it. By the time that's set in, then they can also bring down the price.
so we continue to make the case, but at the moment, just have it at the back of your mind that that is the disposition of the honorable court. We'll continue to make the case that, look, honorable minister, can you support that? Yeah, well, we have to continue to make it because honestly, this is the position, yeah.
Don't just work. You need good leadership.
Tomorrow, we are going to, manufacturers are going to, they have their presentation. So from there, we know how far you have gone. Because it's good for us to know this is how far we have gone. You know, if we find out that we have gone far, and their products, as we say, are of quality, and they are affordable. You understand? We know about this procurement house. There's a presidential order, there is a local content, isn't it? We must obey local content. If you have good quality products, I believe even the president of Nigeria will prefer us to use now. It's a fact. In as much as government may not even want to sound for you, but you may, you understand, they guarantee market access. Because in as much as we produce good quality products that are affordable, by and large, Nigerians, I'm speaking Nigeria, Africans, we have population over 1.8 billion or something like that. We have population. And just like you said, this is I think one of such meetings, my own was in Addis Ababa. I talked about yes, that was very important. Yes, that asked us to go back and at least sensitize our presidents, so that we'll be willing to recognize acts. Because then we don't want us to graduate Nigeria. Look at the time they said they're going to. We are going to transition. It was 2008 or something. Yeah. Before you know, when you are getting there, you keep on shifting. You understand? We don't want us to graduate, but we can tell them that we don't want to again. They let us have.
We don't have to tell them. We just do it now. We don't have to tell them what we're even doing. Let's do it by the time Cuba is keeping quiet and they're doing their own thing. We can do our own thing here. The leadership is what matters. And we pray, each day we pray how to pray for leaders of this country. We pray that God will give us somebody who will come one day and will antagonize us.
Yes, and people are looking at us. They have very good regulation, and you know our minister is fast. He was asking the WHO president talking about what does it take for us, our products to be recognized internationally. He said our manufacturing companies, yes, they go and start so, but even this regulations, because high standards. Tell me about the region that
NAFTA standard is enough for us. I have said this before, NAFTA standard is enough for us. If they don't want, let them not buy, we can feed ourselves. That is for us. You see, we must liberate ourselves now. We must. I don't agree with all this because they are fought it. They are making people suffer. MSO is suffering, MISO is suffering, all the other people they are just spending their money, and then nobody is patronizing them because that WHO is full of politics. And I saw it when I was in the ministry.
At the same time, we have to ensure there are some products. For example,
that's what we have now. That and they are
generics.
And when you come somewhere there is no NAFTA, we have a NAFTA. We don't need the place.
You understand my point?
We don't control FDA.
And even that he went to show our.
If there's something that is okay.
I wonder.
When the API is wrong,
We can take your things and bring this for you.
Yes.
I think when this was supposed to be
and we make our things. And the people the president himself as the said man, we can do that. I believe any president of Nigeria can do that. Look at what they are saying now. Because we're not going to say anything. Person.
Even the lipstick and they make lipstick from ordinary palm oil.
Even my practice.
Toothpick. These have started exporting about Nigeria. Are you aware of that? They are making soup, soup and selling to Nigeria. There is nothing they will take over this market. If this stop and wait for them. Wives. There are still good wives too. I'm sorry, but the men must also be ready to take up kitchen work so that the wives will not go.
So I thank everybody here. It's been a very interactive day, very, very engaging. And all of us are really constructive, effective. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your commitment. So we continue tomorrow, and what I'm taking you is tomorrow is Friday. And sisters. Go to church. Church. And sisters. So we have to close early tomorrow. So what I'm making is what to start. So that I close early. I think that's 1 to 12 earlier than 12. Yes, we don't to it. So let us come. So what time? How early? When you say 9 is 9. 9 is 9. 9 Yes, so let's start tomorrow. So thank you so very much, and then I wish you very restful nights. Meet tomorrow. Good health of mind and body.
Thank you very much. Good night.